Merhabalar, bugün Egemen'le Stanley Parable oynuyoruz. Daha önce oynamıştım ama bir kez daha oynamak için açtım. Türkçe altyazılı. Her sonu yapmadım. Sesi çok düşük olmuş, ben de duyamıyorum. Bir dakika. Böyle iyi. Sanırım.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Tamam, bu güzel.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Şimdi bildiğim
Perhaps he
easter
had simply
egg'lerden
missed a
size
memo.
göstererek güzel bir video hazırlamaya çalışacağım. Videolar serisi. Ayrıca sonlarında hepsini tamamlamaya çalışacağım bildiklerim dahil. Buraya 5 kere tıklayarak achievement alabiliyorsunuz. Kalanını söylemeyeyim. Alırımsı bir şey olmasın. Tamam. Devam edin. Bu sefer şey yapacağım. İlk sefer.
When
Adamın
Stanley
dediği her
came to a
şeyi
set
takip
of two
edeceğim.
open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yavaş yavaş hepsini yaparız.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Şimdi süpürge
Oh
odası
no,
şeyini göstereceğim.
not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
Bakıyorum keyfime. Daha önce bu sonu yaptığım için olabilir galiba. Neyse sonra tekrar yaparım. Devam edelim.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Şimdi şu tuvalete girilebiliyor diye bir şey duymuştum. Onu deneyeceğim. Bir kez daha kayıt alayım. Tamam. Şöyle yapılıyor.
Stepping in.
İçeriye girer gibi yapıp arkaya dönünce. Yalanmış, girilmiyor. Tamam. Devam edelim o zaman.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Evet, bilme ihtimalim yok. Acaba şifre ne?
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was
Bu arada burada iki kere
2845.
8888 ve 8888 yaparsanız achievement alıyorsunuz.
Step
Ben daha önce aldığım için
2845.
2845. Şifreyi bilmiyorum ki. diyor ama.
But it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself, and Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Peki. Güzel. Tamam. Bu arada da bana küfür etmeyin orada. 2845'e basmadığım için. Konuşmaları göstermek istedim sadece. Yani anlamışsınızdır da anlamayan olursa diye söyleyiverdim.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar.
Evet,
It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Stanley'i ben oynatıyorum. Ve bugün bu an oynuyorum.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control
Kayıt.
Facility.
Daha sonra orayı da deneyeceğiz. Bu bölümde hatta galiba. O kadar uzun sürmüyorlar.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Şimdi
What
size oyunun
horrible
en güzel
secret did
sonunu
this place
göstereceğim.
hold? Stanley thought to himself.
Hazır olun.
Did he have the strength to find out?
Önce buradan geçiyorsunuz.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Asansörü çağırıyorsunuz.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Tamam. Şimdi en güzel sonu göstereceğim size. Easter egg mi? Hayır, Easter egg değil ya. Niye Easter egg diyorum? Secret değil mi? Önce biraz bekliyorsunuz burada. Hatta bir şey olmaz herhalde. Tamam. Biraz daha bekliyorsunuz. Bekliyorsunuz. Biraz daha bekleyince bekliyorsunuz. Açıldı. Arka taraftaki kapı açılıyor. Arka tarafa gidiyorsunuz. Güzel. En arka taraftaki şu tuşa tekrar basıyorsunuz. Güzel. Copyright dediysem bu şarkı kısmını kaldırmak zorunda kalacağım. Az sonra geliyorum. Geri geldim. Devam ediyoruz. Tamam. Peki. Copyright yersem bu şarkıyı kaldırabilirim. Söylemiştim galiba. Şimdi kaldığımız yerden devam edelim. Bu mu? Evet.
No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Biraz sıkıcı
Here was the
geçiyor,
proof,
farkındayım
the
ama.
heart of the operation. controls
Bir dahaki
labeled with
bölümde burayı
emotions,
çeviririm.
happy
O arka
or
taraftan
sad
konuşur.
or content,
Daha eğlenceli
walking,
geçer.
eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold
var mı
reality
burada?
of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
5.
For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Makineyi yok edip parçalayacağım şimdi. Peki. Tamam, devam edelim. Parçalanmadıysa.
And when at last he
Peki. Kayıt alıyorum.
found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Adam dediği her şeyi yapacaktık bu bölümde, o yüzden. Her bölümde 2 veya 3 tane son yapabilirim. O zaman güzel olur. Bundan sonra da ona basmayı
Blackness
deneyelim.
and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Bitmiş mi?
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
O zaman özgür olurum ben de.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Ben mutlu değilim pek bu sonla. Tamam, achievement aldık. Bu da oyunu ilk defa bitirdiğime dair. Ama izlemiştim yani.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Şimdi orada 10 yapacağız.
Source of the room's power. He knew it was his duty, his obligation. Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted?
Evet, kontrol etmek istiyorum makineyi.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go. Turn the controls off and leave.
Tekrar geri geldim.
My story off track. You're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes.
Dakika.
Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame.
Kaydedelim.
We have so little time left to enjoy
Patlamayı
it. Mere
deneyeceğim.
moments until the
Yapmayı
bomb
deneyeceğim.
goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More
Kontrolleri
time to
stable
talk about
etmem lazım.
you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off?
Evet, öyle
Look
sanma.
at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones, or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the
Hala
clock,
kontrol
Stanley.
etmek
That's 30
istiyorum.
seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Peki. Öldüğümüz sonlardan biri. Oradan nasıl kurtulacağımızı araştırıp orayı tekrar yapacağım.
All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
Ne? Ne farkı var? Benim ofisim değil mi bu?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
O zaman bir dahaki bölümde escape'i deneyeceğiz. İzlediğiniz için teşekkürler. Bir dahaki bölümde görüşmek üzere. Hoşça kalın.